Welcome back to the VC. I am Vampire Toy, one of your hosts, joined by my co-host,
Chill. Hello.
And today we are joined by a special guest, one of our good friends, Jkbys.
Hello.
I'm very excited about today. We have a lot of very fun things to talk about. Today is our 4th episode. Very excited to have you with us, Jkbys. Thank you for being our guest today and making time to talk with us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
We got a few things lined up for...
We got so much.
Yeah.
Just so much.
There's been a lot in the gaming world, and then especially in the roleplay world. So I'm very excited to jump into these topics and to share them with everybody. Jkbys, how are you feeling today?
I'm good. I'm nervous. I don't think I've ever done one of these before. I'm a little shy. I'm a little nervous.
No. You're already doing great.
This is the easy part, you know.
Yeah, this is the easy part.
Yeah, you know, after the episode when we take you out back, that's the hard part.
Wait, what?
Yeah, just look at the flowers.
Don't worry, it's harder for us than it is for Okay. But
all right.
Very excited. Big gaming news. I want to jump into this one first.
Okay.
We're gonna head first into this.
Slam it.
It's about Grand Theft Auto 6.
Ooh.
Like, oh, yeah. It's coming out. They're saying May 26th, 2026. Next year.
And it's not going to get pushed back anymore. Real.
Real.
It's crazy to me that that's the day that comes out, because May 25th is my channel's anniversary.
Oh.
That's crazy to me, right? Maybe.
Yeah, no, that.
It's destiny.
Yeah, you just gotta get a PS5 and stream Grand Theft Auto 6.
I may have to do this. This may have to be the thing that we do. I don't know. But yeah.
I mean, you could just wait a year for it to come out on PC.
True.
Hey, 2 years. You want to wait 2 years now?
Is it
Yeah,
is it
real.
a 2 years wait, do you think?
That's what they did with GTA 5. It took them a couple of years for it to bounce to the PC.
Yeah.
They didn't even have multiplayer when it came out. It was like
It was just the story mode first, right?
Yeah. And you had to wait. I think it was 6 months or a year after that, and then that's when multiplayer got added.
Yeah, the
Bro, when
multiplayer thing
got
was
added,
so cool. I was like,
yeah, when it got
this is
added
so
the first
cool.
time, it was so scuffed. I remember.
Dude.
It was omega scuffed. Like, people were getting like locked in the tutorial mission, and they're like, I just want to play online. And it's like, we'll play the tutorial mission for the 15th time and maybe it'll work.
Yeah, go back and play the tutorial again.
Do it again.
I saw a lot of like ways to get money in GTA Online, and it was just like I was watching all those, trying to duplicate cars and everything because I didn't want to spend money on the shark cards. It worked. They all worked.
Bruh, I remember I connected like Amazon Prime to my PlayStation account, and they just gave me like $1 million every month at some point.
I remember when they did that.
Let's go.
They also you could do that, and then there's a way on Xbox. I'm gonna expose myself here, but there was a way on Xbox to get the collector's edition. You get all the goodies for it, and it was just literally downloading it on Xbox. For some reason, they made it free for one day, but it was like a glitch on the system or something, and so everyone downloaded it. It was. I got it. It's still on my my account because it's linked on my Rockstar account. So I still have, because you get like rare items. You get like a special crowbar or something, and like something else. You get like fancy melee weapons.
Yeah.
I still have them to this day, which is cool.
That's crazy.
Okay, so his gamer tag is weed feeder.
Yeah. Wait. No.
I feel like with something like that, if they realized that was happening, they should just release it to everybody at that point. That's what I think Behavior did with like Dead by Daylight stuff, because people were charging just crazy amounts of money for cosmetics. So they were just like, no, we don't want that. Here, just have it. So they just unlocked all those cosmetics for everybody. That way it wasn't like having to. Well, this is a little different. I feel like, because this is more like, this is a like a leak, like a glitch.
I think it was more like an exploit.
Yeah. So I feel like, but I feel like even for that, at that point, definitely the company, I feel like, should just be like, you know what, everyone should have this for free at this point. Or just take it all away? I don't know.
No, just let
I was
the
scared
man
I was going to get
exploit.
banned. I was so
Let the man
scared.
live in fear, looking behind his shoulder every day.
Looking over his shoulder. Oh
If you don't,
gosh.
But
Rockstar,
yeah,
they will get you.
they will, dog. They really actually they will.
They're coming. Oh no.
Every day I'm like, "Ugh."
But yeah, Grand
Please,
Theft Auto
Daddy
6, dog.
Rockstar, just point me in the
No.
direction of someone to.
They look at me, they're like, hey, remember like 10 years ago when you exploited our game? Yeah, you're not getting GTA 6. I'm like,
You just get a fucking like alert on your
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
notifications. Like we saw you.
They
We know.
track
We
down
know.
the exact console that you buy and they blacklist it from
Oh
ever
my
being able
gosh.
to have Grand Theft Auto download on it ever again. That's
Like
crazy.
we know what you did last summer. We know what you did last gen.
it's like the Dark Brotherhood, or like the hand note, we remember, we know.
So fucking good.
Well,
But did you watch the trailer, dog?
yeah,
I did. It's insane.
I did not watch the trailer yet.
You haven't?
No,
Ooh.
I was kind of saving it. I kind of
Oh,
yeah. VT, have you seen it?
I have not. We were gonna save it. I was, the thing is like I was torn because part of me was like I want to watch it before the interview where we have this podcast. But at the same time, I was like we should just watch it right now.
Yeah. So I think what we should do.
I'm down.
Yeah, just quick pause. We will watch this and we will come back. We will reconvene and discuss.
And we're back. What a crazy trailer. If you have not yet seen it, dear listeners, highly recommend you do so. As always, links for everything that we talk about in today's episode will be in the description of the video. So make sure you click on the links. And if you're listening on some sort of audio listening device like Spotify,
Just figure it out,
You'll
dog. It's in
figure
the
it
info.
out.
Yeah, just Google it.
but it's really good. You should watch it.
Yeah, no, that was crazy,
Yeah.
dog.
Take me there is what I kept saying. Watching it,
Yup.
like, I'm ready. I'm ready
Yeah,
to
and
RP
you were-
in that universe.
Yeah, I'm so stoked to RP in that environment. Like, that looks so fun.
So I mentioned this while we were watching. I'll reiterate it here. I've never played a GTA game,
Like the actual game,
like the
story
actual
mode,
game.
or-
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Never.
yeah, that's insane.
I remember
I grew up playing those
growing
games,
up,
dog.
like I used to hang out with this one. He was like junior high school. Like he would babysit us a little bit, and he had that game, and he would play it, and he would be like,
Wait, which one though? Because
I don't
there's a lot
remember.
of.
I don't
Okay.
remember.
Do you remember anything specific about it? 'Cause
No, I just remember it just had
man.
shitty car graphics. Like, but he was
All
wanted
that
by
could
the
be a model.
cops. He was wanted by the cops. I was like, all right, well, just be cool. Just drive like normal. And like that's all I remember of that game. But like that's the earliest memory I have of that. And then I literally never played any of the other GTA games, which is funny because I'm a huge Rockstar fan. I've played Bully. I played the shit out of Bully. I 100%ed Bully, actually. That's how much I loved that game. I really enjoyed, what was this other game that they had that I really liked too? Now I'm blanking. But I've liked their games. I don't know. It wasn't like I was opposed to it. I just never
Dog,
happened to get my hands on a copy, I guess.
I'm about to age myself hard because I played GTA since GTA 2, which is on Sega Dreamcast.
Oh, wow.
Where it was like a top-down. Like Google GTA 2 and you'll see what I'm talking about, where it's literally
Yeah.
just like bird's eye view and you just run around like a little dot and you like shoot out from. It looks like fucking Vampire Survivors. You know what I'm saying? Like
oh
it's
my god.
yeah.
No.
That's what I grew up with. You grew up with Morrowind. I grew up with GTA, dog.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. The viewers at home, the listeners, you're seeing the two directions that we've gone in.
Yeah, no, but I've been playing. I went from GTA 2 to I played all of them, man. As soon as they came out, I grabbed those, and I was way too young to be playing them. like I had no right to be playing those games, but like I would just be like, I'm gonna buy this game now. And yeah.
So it goes from Grand Theft Auto 2, which was in 99, to 3, which was in 2001. And then in 2002, they come out with Vice City.
Yeah. So
And
I
then-
was just playing them as a little ass kid, just going around like getting like the infinite flamethrower. It was just a blast, dog. So I'm definitely a person who grew up on GTA, so I'm very excited for this new one. And I don't have a PS5. This might be a reason to get one. I almost got one for like Spider-Man 2, but then I was just like, but GTA 6, it's a pretty good reason.
Jkbys, what about you? Have you grown up with GTA at all, or?
I'm up chill. I grew up with them, playing them when I shouldn't have been. My earliest memory is like sitting in my mom's friend's like trailer, and she had Vice City, and I was probably like, I don't even know, 6, 7, just like driving, running people over, and just like, what? This game's awesome. And my mom's like, you shouldn't be playing this. I'm like, no, it's just a video game. I always had that debate with my parents, like, I'm not crazy. It's just a video game. Like, I'm not gonna, because there was like the whole scare of like violence. Games make you violent.
And that was
but,
a huge reason for that thing. Like that whole trend of being like, people are gonna become serial killers because of these games.
Yeah, I was like the good child in my home, so like my mom was more like, all right, well, you're getting good grades, you're doing all this. I mean, obviously, I think your child played GTA is kind of like, but I was like the good kid. But I grew up with these games. I've played Vice City, San Andreas. I think I played 3, but I couldn't beat it. It was so. If you've ever played these games, like nowadays, they're really dated. It's really hard to play. But I played 4, 5, all the DLCs. Like I grew up with these games.
Yeah, I remember being like, "Oh, the new GTA 6! There, you can like kick a guy off a motorcycle, jump kick him off." Like, just talking about it with all my friends. Like, I should not have been playing those fucking games, but no, they were peak childhood, dog. But yeah, no, it's really good to see that like it's actually happening, because there's always those memes of like, we got flying cars before GTA 6.
Yep.
And so it's pretty cool to see.
Happening.
How do you guys feel about the release date? Because like it's a year from now, and it did get delayed. They did hit us with the huge announcement saying it's going to be delayed till next year, but they also gave us the release date, which is kind of crazy to think that's a year from now.
Yeah.
I'm just glad it's a solid date instead of saying like 2026, you know, because I swear to God, so many times they'll be like 2026. And then as it gets close, you'll just see it say like December 31st, 2026, because it's like they're saying like it's exactly. And this idea that like we have to give it the last possible day in the fucking year because we don't know when the fuck we're releasing, and usually half the time when they do that shit, they push it to the next year, which is kind of what happened, but at least we have a solid date and we have something to look forward to. And
I think
it's gonna suck waiting for the port, but at least we have an idea of like when it's gonna come out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
you're good.
interrupt you there, but I was just gonna say, I think the gaming industry really took quite a bit of notes with the drop of, oh god, what was that? Cyberpunk game, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
They took a lot of notes on that because Cyberpunk really, they dunked it on that.
Well, because they rushed it, and because they rushed it, they cut features. Like, there was supposed to be a full multiplayer like aspect to Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be like open world or something like that, where not open world in the sense, but like
almost like GTA Online though.
Yeah,
where it was
exactly
supposed to be like
that.
you could like invite a friend and like play and shit like that. But they scrapped it because they were just like, nah, we have to go back and fix the game, and we have to rush this and put it out.
Because they were being told, you have to put it out by this deadline. No
with
exceptions.
All the shareholders and everything. Like,
and so I think because of the way that played out and how badly that played out for them, the gaming industry took note of it, and I think that's exactly why Rockstar is doing this approach, because we've seen a lot of other, especially AAA companies now, taking that approach of like, okay, the fans have told us they would rather us push a game out than put a game that's half-baked on the plate.
And here's the thing, and I think Wisdom was talking about this in one of the channels. They're really working hard on GTA Online. Because I mean, when they put out GTA 5, like we were talking about, GTA Online was not a part of it. So now they are perfecting that multiplayer portion because they saw how lucrative and how long lasting the like community was around that game. Like people still play GTA Online like religiously, and the fact that all
the servers are full.
Yeah, and all the 5M stuff started, and Rockstar just acquired 5M, and they're making the Rome thing for GTA 6. I really see them doing something with RP, and I think Wisdom was talking about this, is that they might make like a console-based like RP server, and that's crazy to me. Like even if they don't actually do that, like the idea that that's a possibility is insane to me.
Yeah, well,
I can see them going the way of like how Fortnite and Roblox has their servers, you know, like you can see the server list, join like a climb this building map or like that.
Yeah,
roleplay servers might be a little finicky because it's hard to like show buttons, you know, versus like a controller, you know, but I can easily see them doing that and also being like, hey, $10 a month for this.
Like,
well, I think it's
subscription.
Isn't it a feature right now for 5M that they're working on for console like compatibility?
It was like leaked a long time ago, but nothing ever came from it.
I heard that they mentioned
there was rumors.
I heard them mentioning
rumors
it recently. I heard within like the last couple months. So I have experience with with CFX. When you hear the rumor, that means that that's where it started. Like that's when it starts. That project, whatever that rumor is, that project around that time is when it had started. We'll probably hear about it once development on it stops. And I assume it's CFX taking control of it with Rockstar's help, because with Rockstar, they can basically CFX can go, hey, Rockstar, can you go and ask like Microsoft for their, I don't know, like developer tools so that we can make it easier for our like RedM and 5M to connect to Xbox servers? And then Rockstar's like, yeah, absolutely. And Rockstar kind of would have more of a pool than CFX. You go to a random person on the street, ask them who CFX is. They'll look at you strange. But if you ask them who Rockstar Games are, most times people are going to know at least Grand Theft Auto. They'll say like, oh, you mean like GTA? You know, like they'll have that association. So I could see that being a thing. But if they do introduce that as an actual feature, and console players will then be able to join 5M or RedM, that's a huge boom for the RP community.
Yeah,
I know.
on the note of RedM, dog, I don't think they're gonna put anything into it because, like, I just the trend with I know. Listen, you gotta accept it because I love it just as much as you. But as far as Rockstar and the history with them with Red Dead, it's dead, man. It's They would probably do like another Red Dead story game, but I doubt they're gonna invest too much. Like
Red Dead Redemption 3.
Please, no, I would love it, dog. I would I'd love it, but it just wasn't as good of a moneymaker as GTA Online was, and that's what they're concerned with, unfortunately. It's just what is the better money printer. Because they had all these plans for Red Dead Online, dog. Believe me, I followed the rumors like crazy because I told you about this. I used to play Red Dead Online like every day, even though it was like an ass game most of the time. I just loved it, man. And so I followed the progression and like this whole idea of like they like data mined the files and they were supposed to be like purchasable properties and like all these advancements in the data like ready to go. They just needed to like perfect them and push them out and like publish them, and none of it got made because they just saw that people weren't buying gold like they were buying shark cards. And so they just kind of gave it up. They just said, no, fuck this, we'll focus on a Red Dead Redemption 1 remake, which I still gotta buy, by the way. Fucking Undead Nightmare remade. Ooh. I know, I gotta give me some of that. But like they focused on that and they focused on GTA 6, and I'm glad that they're focusing on GTA 6 because that's, I mean, going to be amazing, hopefully. But it just sucks that Red Dead Online and Red Dead itself kind of had to die for that to happen.
Yeah. But hopefully, if this is the direction that they're going, it will be a little easier. Because I do know that Red Dead has a lot of console players. I mean, so does GTA, but I feel like Red Dead maybe more. Because a lot of people in Red M are console, like, not console players, but they'll play with controller. Like, it's a very common thing for Red M servers to be controller friendly. And I don't think it's as common in 5M. Correct me if I'm wrong, though.
Well, I will say, just from playing like Red Dead Online on console, the community is way bigger than playing on PC. Well, it's mostly because of the hackers on PC, because like they aren't nearly as many on console, because it's like
it's a little more controlled.
Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely a bigger player base, but the hype wasn't there, man. Unfortunately, like I love the game, but it just it did not make them as much money as the money printer that is GTA Online did.
Yeah.
But yeah, so hopefully the
next year, baby,
the future of 5M and Rome and all that. Hopefully I really hope it's not subscription based, but
yeah, we're all hoping.
Yeah, we'll see though.
Kind of going around back to some general gaming news real quick. Did you hear?
So I have a few things to talk about.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you handle this.
Is this about the gears?
Yes. Ground those gears, baby.
Ooh. Yes.
We're getting
Gears
reloaded.
On PC, Xbox Series, and PS5, August 26th. So
that's
they're like
fucking crazy.
Yeah, they're doing like, I'm guessing, a remaster of Gears of War Reloaded.
Yep.
And apparently VT hasn't played this either.
No.
Dude.
Actually, correction.
Okay,
I have played this.
I was dating
this guy. Once upon a time, I was dating this guy who's like, "Oh, you're a gamer?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am." He was like, "Oh, have you played Gears of War?" And I was like, "No, what is it?" And he starts telling me about it. And basically, I get the premise, it's a shooter. And I'm like, okay, well, like growing up, my household, we were all gamers in my house. Like my whole family is just all gamers. But in my household, we're not really too interested in shooters. Like a lot of my family just kind of like turned their nose up at shooters a little bit. So we're a little snooty about shooters. I'm changed. I'm a changed girl now, by the way, because I tried it. I was like, I actually like shooters. These are actually kind of fun. Not all of them, but some of them. But I'd never tried Gears of War because of that. And so he was like, here you go. I'll teach you everything you need to know. So he hands me the controller. We sit down. We start playing. And he's teaching me. And as he's teaching me, he's kind of getting bored of teaching me. And then he starts like, show your moves on me, you know? But like in a way that's like... Yeah, I'm getting like shot in the head, basically.
you're missing the point. Is that he didn't put her in story mode. He put her in like the PvP mode.
Oh.
Yeah. By the way, I didn't even know. Yeah. I was explaining this to Chill the other day, and he was like, "Wait, he put you in PvP mode?" I was like, "Well, yeah. What do you mean?" He's like, "There's a co-op mode." I was like, "Wait,
that's
what?"
That's like how you play Gears of War, dog. Like,
I'm like, "Wait, what?" Yeah. So that's my experience with Gears of War. It wasn't a very positive experience, and yeah.
But
very nice, especially.
But it'll be okay. We'll play it together. Okay, Yay! It'll be fun. Jkbys, you played Gears of War, yeah? You grew up with that.
So I have vague memories of 2. I bought 3 for myself, and then I played Judgment. Coltrane, baby, let's go. But like, I'm just gonna say it here. There's gonna be a new generation of gamers that are gonna play these games and get their fucking ass kicked. If you remember, these games are not easy.
No.
Even on an easy difficulty, Gears of War will fucking kick your ass. And it's I can't wait to see the new generation of streamers try these games and be like, why is this game so hard? Like, why do I have to do it like this? It's gonna be funny.
What happens if you find out you were just bad at games back then, and the new generation of gamers looks at these old games that we used to struggle at as if it's just nothing?
I'm already struggling, all right? My little brother called me punk. He's better at Fortnite than I am.
These people they've grown up with Elden Ring. They've grown up with Dark Souls. And you think a little old school Mario is going to slow them down? You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, it was me this entire time.
I think I used to be better at video games, dog.
Yeah.
I feel like video games are much much different now. Like
No,
in
no,
the way
dog.
that they are, and so it's like a different skill almost.
I feel like video games are like so hand-holdy these days that I'll go back and play a game that I like skated through as a
Yes.
kid, and I'm like, this is hard.
Yes.
Mhm.
But in the beginning
So-
of playing those games, it was hard. It was rough because it wasn't
Yeah.
hand-holdy. The
I don't know,
tutorial
man.
was painful.
Yep.
True. Oh my god, the tutorials. The
Dude,
tutorials.
the checkpoints too.
Yeah.
Like,
Thank God for checkpoints, man, because there was a time where video games didn't really have checkpoints. You had to get codes, which were the best
Yeah.
quote unquote checkpoint you could get. And if you didn't
Yeah.
write it down, you didn't remember which of the code was the right one, you'd be sitting there trying to input the codes. Literally just going down the list of like, is this the right one?
Yeah.
Oh man. Like games have come a long way, but yeah. I don't know. This Gears of War thing will be very interesting. I would love to play it. Is it only
Yeah, it's a
2
fun
players?
co-op game.
mhm.
I
I
think,
think it's
so,
up to
yeah.
4. Yeah.
Wait, is it?
I think so. I think because it's 4 players in a.
War number. Because I mean, you have like a squad of like.
Yeah, I think it's
4.
split
Yeah.
screen, but I think it's up to 4 because I don't.
On the image here, it has 4 people on it, so I would assume.
Oh, it
but-
says the campaign supports 2-player co-op.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh.
still, I would enjoy playing with you.
Yeah.
Jill. It'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll play.
Woo!
But yeah, man, that's gonna be cool. I'm looking forward to that coming out because it's just some nostalgia, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. And they released it on PlayStation, which is huge. That's an Xbox exclusive. Like,
Yeah,
Microsoft has been doing their Game Pass thing and slowly publishing their games onto PlayStation, which is amazing. I feel like Xbox is slowly dying as like a brand, and now it's just going towards like everyone can game on this. So there was a bunch of rumors saying Game Pass could be potentially coming to PlayStation and
Ooh.
Switch, which would be cool. And it was seeing their catalog slowly trickle their way to other consoles like PlayStation. I'm hoping Halo can come because then that's just a whole new player base. You know, like it's a cool and crazy world because you guys remember E3 when it was 2 sides.
yeah.
Xbox or PlayStation. Now it's like,
Yeah.
hey, everyone can game.
You had to
know?
choose a
Yeah.
side. It was like a
Yeah.
fucking mob
It
wedding.
really
You're
was,
like, which
yeah.
side are you sitting on? But nah, man, it's when Game Pass came to PC, I was blown away.
Mhm.
And I know that like technically it's like, oh, it's Microsoft, so it makes sense that it would, the Xbox games would kind of go on PC as well because they always kind of release at the same time for like PC and Xbox. But to me that just shows potential for, like you said, it going to a different console or something like that. And that'd be amazing, man.
Mhm.
I'd love to see it. But yeah, man, that is I hope it happens. Let's see.
Speaking of-
ooh. Wait, no, go ahead.
I was gonna be like, speaking of kids being really good and being raised on Elden Ring like games.
Oh, yes. That's actually a great transition, VT.
Thank you. I'm very good at these, I think.
Because a new co-op Elden Ring is coming out called Elden Ring Night Rain. Have you heard about this?
Yeah. I'm an Elden Ring fan. I love Elden Ring. I've got the DLC and never beat it because I suck. But
What? We would
This
never
one
have
looks-
known.
yeah,
We had no idea
one.
that you would be interested in this.
it looks different because it's not like the traditional like expansion. It's like I don't know.
It's
I
like a
don't know how you
multiplayer. It's like an entirely different like type of
Yeah.
game, but in the Elden Ring universe. So I was looking into it a little bit, and it looks like it's like groups of 3, and then it says players will battle through 2 day and night cycles before facing one of 8 Night Lords. So the map feels a bit like an instance dungeon, but with loot and enemy placements randomized in each run. And your choice of Night Lord will determine which bosses you face at the end of each day. And they like take that shit from all the Soul games, so you'll see like random things from each game. And let's see. Apparently, you fly into the map on a hawk, so it's like
Oh.
Fortnite.
It's like a battle
Bus.
royale. Yeah.
Yeah. And from there, a day lasts around 15 minutes in which you prepare yourselves for battle. So you defeat enemies for runes, discover powerful weapons, collect healing flasks at churches, battle mini-bosses for boons, and
Mhm.
boost weapon power. Yes, it
Wait.
sounds sick, right?
No, wait.
What?
It just a battle royale version?
No. Well, kinda, but like
that's
it's
what you just described to me. They jump down off of like the hawk, which is they say just like Fortnite's battle bus, right?
Right, but it's like PvE though.
Yeah, it's like a roguelike battle royale.
Yeah.
So
It's-
everything's different. All the loot scattered every time. You're
what
not
an
going to be in the same
interesting-
place. Yeah, there's like 3 maps too, I
Yeah.
believe.
What an interesting fusion of game genres.
That's why I'm
What?
so excited about it because it's so interesting. Yeah.
I would.
So gradually. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna say I would actually play something like this. I don't typically like battle royale games. They really kind of stress me out. I don't like them. I don't like the spice getting tighter and no, get away.
So yeah, that does happen in this one.
Well,
though.
it does, but
So-
I don't. But because we're gonna be fighting it's PVE.
So I'm wondering if it's PvE or if there are other teams of 3. Have you heard about that? Or is it just-
So they had a play test, and essentially it's just you and 2 other friends are just destroying bosses and just doing stuff like that to level up and all that.
That's
So
Okay,
there's no
so-
other teams, but it's like as the game progresses, there's harder and harder enemies. But yeah, they're pulling from every Soulsborne and like every other game, so you're gonna see stuff from Bloodborne, from Dark Souls 2, from
That's so
all
sick,
the other
dog.
games, which is so cool because like all the weapons, all the cloaks, they had a trailer recently where you get to see like all the new like abilities and everything, and it just looks so good. But it's also $50 for an expansion. It's its entirely own thing.
God damn.
Yeah.
It seems
but-
weird to call it an expansion then at that point.
Wait, so it's an expansion to Elden Ring?
Yes, it's its own.
Okay.
It's yeah. I think you have to have the game, so it's. I don't know what you counter DLC, but like it's like a $50 DLC.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Okay, I thought it was like a standalone. That's wild.
it is a very interesting. I'm very
Yeah,
curious
It's $40.
to see
It's
how.
40, but
I'm very curious to see how this plays out, just because of it's a very unique take on things, and it's also like you said, it's
it
it's
is
a-
standalone.
oh,
It
is
is-
it? Oh,
okay.
Yeah, Elden Ring Night Rain is a standalone adventure with the Elden Ring universe
that's
crafted to
cool.
offer. Yeah.
that is actually really cool. This might be something I would be interested in because I'm not very big on Elden Ring in itself or like shooty BRs. So I don't know. This would be interesting. I would be interested in checking this out more and actually getting into it, especially since it would be co-op.
And it says Elden Ring Night Rain is primarily a PvE game. It features 3-player co-op. While there is no PvP in the core game experience, there are discussions and hopes for potential PvP elements to be added later in the later updates or expansions. So it's going to be its own thing and might have its own updates and DLC, like a PvP arena,
Yeah.
or like there actually might be a battle royale mode or something like that.
that would be cool.
That will be
Yeah.
cool.
So, like you were talking about the storm for like Fortnite, gradually over the course of a day, a looming azure firestorm closes in and saps player health, forcing you towards the boss encounter by nighttime. Beat that boss, and it's over to day 2 on the same map to continue exploring and preparing before the second night's boss. And then on the 3rd day, if you make it, it's solely a boss fight in a separate location. So it sounds fucking rad. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I'm hyped for this now. I did not know about this until today. I just randomly was kind of like looking at gaming news, and I was like, no way. This sounds like rad as hell.
Yeah.
Like you said, a very unique mix of game types.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hyped, dog. I'm looking forward to playing it with like the gang.
It comes out like at the end of the month, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking cool. All right. Well, I look forward to
Yeah.
streaming that shit.
Everybody
dog.
keep your eyes out for this. Seems like a game worth taking a closer look at.
Yeah, it's
There's
scheduled to be released May 30th.
Oh wow.
Oh, there's one thing that stuck out to me that's just a little silly. So you can get knocked in this game because I've seen the gameplay, and the way you like lift someone back up is you have to like hit them with your sword or weapon. So you like hit them a couple times so they stand back up. It's pretty funny.
Smack them away.
Just smack
Yeah.
them up. Yeah. That's
Hell
so
yeah,
good.
dog. Okay, well that almost wraps up gaming news. The one thing I saw that I thought I have to tell Jkbys about this
Ooh,
was Destiny 2 is getting a Star Wars like
dude,
thing at the end of this year.
I
This December.
As a Star Wars fan, I hate it because I deleted Destiny 2 because that game's dead to me and they keep pulling me back in. I hate it so much.
I was gonna say, don't you just keep getting like drawn back in?
Yes.
I remember you played with Cupcake for a while.
I played with Cupcake because they had like the final expansion, like, oh, this is the ending to the 10-year-old story that's been in the game since the entire time. And now it's like, all right, but we're not ending the game yet. We're not starting the third. We're doing this. There's a new expansion. Boom. Star Wars skins. Boom. Like, there's so much stuff they're adding. I'm like, oh, I hate you guys so much.
It's just a money printer, dog. Like I was talking about GTA Online. It's just a microtransaction simulator.
that game is literally one of the games I just turn my brain off and just shoot things because like it's such a beautifully designed game. The sound effects, the graphics, everything. But it's one of those games I would just play and like turn my brain off and just grind quests and just do all this stuff and like level up. And now it's like I've made my peace with it. I'm over it. I'm happy it's gone. And now it's like, oh yeah, now we're adding a Star Wars expansion. It's not just skins. There's like actual story missions tied to it. And the skins, I don't know if have you seen the skins?
I'm looking at some of them. I also see this motherfucker with a lightsaber, dog.
Yep, they have General Grievous as I think the Hunter or the Titan, and then Darth Vader, and then Kylo Ren. Which guy I'm a little iffy on Kylo Ren because they don't have the cloak. It's just like uncloaked Ren, but like still, but they look so good. Last year I think they did the Stormtroopers, which was really fucking sick, but. I don't know, man. I these skins are gonna be like $30 each, and I can't justify it. That's how they get you. They show these cool skins, and they're like, oh yeah, like $30 per character, and you're like, bro, I can't afford that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to fuck you up, I guess.
Yeah, no, thanks for that. As someone that has like over 500 plus hours in Destiny, it pisses me off.
No, I actually love Destiny. I got dragged into it by one of my friends.
It's so good, but so shitty.
Well, as a kid who grew up with Halo, it's very much just like a modern version of like Halo, and the fact that it's just very replayable, and like you said, you kind of just turn your brain off and shoot. It's fun, but
the raids, the dungeons, everything is so cool. But like, I don't know, towards the end of the game's lifestyle, they killed it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest. I know. I'm pretty sure you played with Cupcake and they were all like very serious about like, all right, now go to D1, D2, and like they had like shit like mapped. I played with people
they had a
who also
whole clan for that.
Yeah. I played with people who also did that shit, and that kind of I don't know, man. I couldn't deal with it because I was just like, I just want to shoot things and turn off my brain.
It kind of like saps the fun out of it a little bit when it's like so military based, like militant.
They literally had like a spreadsheet and they had like a map of like, all right, so at this point you're going to go to D1 and then you're going to jump over here. Once you are infected with the pyros, you're going to go over here to and they like mapped them all out, and like I literally it's like, you know, in like shows when like somebody keeps talking and they almost get like the fucking like bomb explosion, like tinnitus, fucking like like that's kind of what happened, dog. I just kind of started losing my fucking mind and just like
the high pitch,
luckily like
the high pitched squeal in my ear.
I never really had that because like I didn't mind getting Sherpa'd through the raids and all that, because some of those raids are fucking like, oh, climb this entire cavern and you're in this giant room, like 300 billion foot room, and there's a tiny little cavern you have to like crawl through, and boom, that's how you get to the next starting area. I didn't mind that because like playing with Cupcake and Plunker, it was really nice because they would just be like, all right, where do you think you go? And I just like, they'd guide me towards the right direction, but they would never like directly tell me. And some stuff we would figure out like the day of and like play together. So it was really fun. The raids they would do, it was really nice. His community, they were really like nice and weren't like assholes about it, because sometimes you get into those ones that are like, dude, come on, you're supposed to be doing that, why can't you do it? But they were all like, oh no, okay man, we're just gonna explain how this runs from the top. If you ever want to switch positions, or if you don't like what you're doing, because I was mostly ad clear and then sometimes DPS, but like I didn't mind being ad clear because it's just like I like
being ad clear, dog. That's the one thing I understood how to do, because I was just like, all right,
kill the enemies.
Sick. I never had
that's
a
what
they'd always
time
put me
that.
on. I'd just be like, just put me on ad clear, please. Which
they've got me through a lot of raids, which is always nice.
Yeah, no, and same here. It was one of those things where it was nice, but there came a point where like I got to one of the raids that was like, it was like masterclass raid or some shit like that, where it's like the hardest version of that raid.
Yeah.
And they would just throw me in blind, and like be like, "Why are you following the plan?" And I'm like, "Because I don't know what I'm doing. Just tell me what to shoot." Like,
I could never do those ones because like there's like two types of players that play D2. It's like the casuals and then the sweats, and I can never get into those because it's just like different ball game.
yeah, no, it started being casual, and then the other people joined, and then all of a sudden the sweat started sweating. But yeah, no, I thought you'd be interested with that because I know you were a fan of Destiny 2.
Oh, I love D2 until they go, all right, you want to spend $150 on the yearly seasonal pass? And I'm like, yeah, no thanks. No, I'm good. I trying to save money, and I'm trying to buy other things.
Star Wars skins.
Please stop sucking me in, please, please, no. And it's downloaded. God damn it.
Yeah. He just downloaded it right now. It's installing. But yeah, man. So that is. I think that's the end of gaming news. I think we
ran for the day.
Yeah,
yeah. That's the rant for the day.
You got it out of your system. Good job.
Yeah, I got it out of my system.
Well, all right. Well, don't worry. You can put it back in your system because more rants coming soon.
Yeah.
No.
Next up, we're doing some RP news, and there's quite a bit of news for that. I'm very, very excited about.
Yeah. Some crazy stuff. The perma contract. Have you seen this?
Yup.
So like gangs can do perma contracts now on Unscripted. So basically like a gang can decide like any new members that come in have to sign this contract that when you are blooded out of the gang, you perma.
Hold on. Put a pin in that because dear listeners, for those of you who don't know what Unscripted is is the new server. We gotta talk about that.
We gotta
talk about that's like the big news is what happened, because a lot of people have been asking what's been going on with all of that stuff. Like it went down last week.
We talked about it a bit last week with Green Ivy, how we were talking about how purple exploded in a blur of fire and chaos.
Just overnight.
And no, not even overnight, dog. It was like
a couple hours.
Minutes.
Yeah, a couple hours. Minutes. Yeah. But Unscripted is the new place to be, dog. And it's been fun. It's been a blast. And they pretty much moved everything over. So the Up and Atom is still owned by our crew. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been great.
And that opened, I believe, on the 2nd of May. No, I think it was sooner.
Yeah, it was like last week. It
was Wednesday.
Let me see.
It was Wednesday. It was last Wednesday.
Yeah. So that would be the 30th.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah. Dang.
Was it the 30th? Hold on.
Yeah, because it exploded on a Friday or Saturday, and then they took it down for a couple days, so that would kind of line up.
Okay, it's very interesting because I think that very same day, I have this written down because I notated it. Onyx opened their casino that day as well.
Yeah, I remember because we were watching Lovepeck's stream.
Lovepeck was playing Jesse Gallagher, and it was a really good stream, actually. I loved it. It was actually
Jesse. Pretty good. Mm-hmm. But it was just like, I don't know. It felt like Onyx is like just it's trying, man. It's one of those things.
I was just excited for Onyx to open that casino because it had been something that I was surprised that they didn't have open when I first joined. When I had Sarah, that's like her favorite place to go is that casino in particular. She goes there all the time. Like, that's where I always have Sarah. That way, like, it's one of the places, like, if people wanted to pick Sarah up and kidnap her and use her as a hostage, they could find her there. Because that's where she would be. Like, if she's not there, she's shopping or whatever. But I was so sad that Onyx didn't have that casino open. But I'm really glad that they did finally open it. But it was on the 30th that they opened it. And I guess also, like y'all are saying, the Unscripted server opened that night. It was a bit late into the evening, though, if I remember correctly, wasn't it?
It was about like 5 or 6 p.m.
Yeah, they kept having to postpone it because like game-breaking bugs and all that.
Which I'm glad that they addressed. Yeah. They were working on that.
Glad they communicate with the community, you know.
That was
a bonus.
That's been so good. They've been very communicative and very open about development and issues.
And we played on the first day, and it was pretty good. Like for launch day, that went smoother than any launch day I've ever been on. You know, like when Purple launched the first time, it was broken, dog.
Yeah.
It was the VoIP would break like every 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and
there's a reset every 5 minutes too.
Yes, no, seriously, because they'd be like, VoIP's broken again, resetting server.
Yup.
And it was just like there was a lot of scuff, but for a launch day, that was pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Other than getting out of the elevator was kind of a nightmare.
Yeah, the elevators were a little bad.
That provided good RP though.
Yeah, it brought so much good RP because it'd be like, all right, let me call the maintenance man. The maintenance man would come. You'd have to kick the door open at a right angle. It was so funny. As scuffy as it was funny
so
as hell.
Yeah,
100%.
They did have
sometimes
some
that's the
issues,
best shit
but...
is scuff to create RP.
Yeah, and they did have some issues, but they fixed them. Like there was an issue with the VoIP in the very beginning, but they fixed that like right out of the gate. They had an issue with making new characters. They fixed that.
But that wasn't even launch day. That was just kind of recently.
No, that was also launch day. You could not make a new character on launch day.
True,
and I remember
true.
this because I was going to make Sarah with Failwin, who was going to make Bubbles.
Bubbles, yeah.
And so we were going to make Sarah and Bubbles that day. But Failwin was messaging me, and I saw the announcements that the new character there was something with the character creator that was breaking the database. And so it wasn't actually saving new characters, is my understanding. And then they found out later it had something to do with the phone number system, and they fixed that. So now new characters can be made. Yay, new characters. So
I will say they are very fast to fix things, which I love.
Yes.
Like you'll see an issue and they'll be like, working on this, and then the next day or next patch they'll be like, all right, it's fixed. And I'm like, dude. I don't know if you guys have seen their developers have doubled within the launch day. So they got a lot of people like
they're on fire right now, bro.
Yeah.
They are putting things out like
the tickets,
crazy.
The admins or the applications they're getting through like 500 in a week, which is insane. So they got it is stacked with the team.
Speaking of tickets, did you see that tickets don't expire anymore? That's kind of sick.
I'm not this this pisses me off because
why?
Tickets should not expire.
I know,
exactly, but that's why
anymore.
Yeah, they don't do it anymore.
I don't know why Purple had it where they would expire after a week. That is the dumbest thing ever. I'm not going to get toxic, but if I send in a ticket and they don't see it because they're so swamped, and it's like a serious ticket, I'm like, hey, this guy like went OC on us and like said some harsh things, and they don't see it, and then I keep having to bump the ticket every day, and then they still don't see it. It's like. But I'm glad they
fixed it.
They did fix it. Yeah. And then also with it auto closing, if we want to talk about that real quick, with it auto closing, the issue is still happening. So if you have a bad actor in your server, right, and a ticket comes in saying, "Hey, this person did this," but nothing gets done, there's going to be inevitably more tickets because of that one bad actor. Because that ticket, that first initial ticket, didn't get taken care of as quick, right? So eventually you get a backlog of a very similar issue. And it can be the same. It doesn't have to necessarily be a bad actor. It could be like, oh, this is a very serious glitch or exploit, right? Next thing you know, you get 20 tickets in for this issue. And if that ticket doesn't get addressed really fast, that if that issue and ticket doesn't get addressed, then there's way more. So I could see like
why you'd be upset. We can see why.
Yeah. It's very frustrating.
A lot of tickets on Purple, it's like it's frustrating.
Yeah,
but it's fixed. Like we were talking about, they fixed a lot of stuff. The elevators were broken the first day. They fixed them the second day. So it's like anything that comes up that is a main, like a huge bug, they're usually pretty on top of. So that's been so cool to see. Is just like how involved the dev team and the admin team is.
Yeah, because even the up and out, we weren't able to sit down, and one of the devs was like, "Hey, you want me to add like a sittable thing for the chairs?" And we're like, "Yeah." And then they fucking just came in the stream, and we're like, "All right, it's done." We're like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, wow, thank you. Like, it's stuff like that, you know. They're very
so nice.
Attention to detail.
Yeah, and I love their mentality on it so much. Just the idea of just if they just do it now, they don't have to worry about it later.
Yep. And they're so detail orientated towards just like we push RP, you know.
Yeah.
It feels good to, I don't know, I've been on my fair share of servers that like don't care about the community. They don't care. Now it's nice to be like, hey, like we're gonna give you this because we feel like it would help you guys and like push forward more RP because you guys, it's such a cool feeling.
Yeah. Or worse, servers who say that they care about the community so that don't. That's unfortunately that's what happens in some servers. Is a lot of times they'll say they are for the community, but then eventually it's very like only some people get it. Like why? You see it sometimes in servers, and it's unfortunate. But thankfully, with Unscripted, they've been very much just. It seems like across the board, just improving everything in the server, whether it's the elevators, putting seats in the up and atom. They fixed the payphones. They recently added scars. I don't know why Purple didn't have scars. I'm
so excited about that.
Yeah, because that was something when I came over from Onyx to Purple with Buffy, and her story is when she went to Russia looking for Toporov, and she got taken by basically people who didn't like the Krisha. She got a scar in all of that. She got a scar across her face. And when I went to Purple, I didn't see any scars. I guess they didn't have them yet. So I was like, oh, well, I guess she doesn't have a scar anymore. But it's going to be nice to maybe put in a faint one on her face now.
Yeah, I think it's just nice for character customization in general, you know? But what were you saying, Jkbys?
I think so Purple launched back in December, like 1.0, right?
Yeah.
And I think they said everything halted on development back in January. So like all the big features they were planning on updating, because like I don't know if you guys know the whole drama behind Purple and Unscripted, but there's this huge ordeal where like the main owner wasn't doing their job, and the other guy who basically worked and did everything like just basically ceased production on the server and just started working on their own. So that's how Unscripted came to be. But yeah, so like any big thing that they wanted to add, they were just not going to add. They were just trying to fix like tiny little bugs and like glitches to make sure the new server. But it is cool to see that they're adding this stuff. I mean, the server's only been alive for a full week now, and they've already the RP hub they added, the Banner Hotel, that has been some of the best RP I've seen, and it's literally just a hotel service RP. It is so funny.
Bobcat Tim,
best character I've seen in a long time.
Why don't we let the listeners know who Bobcat Tim is?
Ooh.
It's just Penta playing like
Big P.
Hotel man. It's Big P, Mr. Big P,
Mr. Big P, rich Mr. Big P.
He's playing like the hotel manager / serial killer.
Yeah,
like he keeps taking people to steal their nipples.
Yeah,
he cuts their nipples off and takes photos of them. So if you see in his camera reel, there's like 7 photos with people with cut off nipples.
That's hilarious.
Did you see the one he took to MRPD and he just had him pull out the knife, and then the fucking NPC in the lobby just fucking guns them down. It's like, what a pity.
It's so funny. I love that. Like it's just silly stuff. It's just the silliest thing.
Yeah. No, I think like Purple was great for it, but Unscripted, the future.
Yeah.
It's just it allows for a lot of freedom with that kind of shit, and a lot more creative styles of RP. Like it allows on Unscripted at least for like multiple styles of RP, as in like there's goofy people, there's serious people, there's weird people, you know? It's like all these different characters coexisting, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be just serious. It doesn't have to be just goofy.
Yeah.
It's all just
it's
an
all
amalgamation of everything.
One big party.
Melting pot.
Yep.
Yeah. It's great, man. I love it. But yeah, so I'm very excited for like what's to come.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be part of this community, because like a lot of these people will join these to be like, I'm gonna watch my big streamer and stream snipe them, but I don't do like it's cool to be in the presence of them, but like I don't know if you see, I typically kind of avoid them because sometimes they have a huge crowd and I just can't.
Yeah, it's too much sometimes. I just remember like so Onyx is like my first experience being in like a bigger server, and I just remember my first experience having a one-on-one conversation with Moose Brother. And he like I was playing as Buffy. I went to the back to smoke. I was up on the wall. And he pulls up on a motorcycle or something.
As Vern.
as Vern, and he's like, "Oh hey," just kind of hitting up Buffy, and I'm like, "Oh," it's like Buffy's like, "Oh great," like because she's not interested in this guy at all. But then like while we're having this conversation, some guy, somebody I've never seen before on Onyx, which can happen. It was a big server, but I've never seen anybody like this. They came up to like try and hit him on the bike to like insta kill him. And he was like, "Hold on 1 minute," and he turns and like guns them down or something like that.
I think he even said like it was this whole thing that like this guy had been following him multiple times.
Like it was
the day.
like an issue.
Yeah, so it was very obviously like probably like I want to snipe my streamer,
Yep.
So
and he just fucking guns him down in the fucking alleyway and then just dips.
Yeah,
Onyx had a lot of that too, because like whenever Mike Block would come, chill. I don't know if you remember this, but like
all of a sudden
Onyx
up and Adam would just be fucking crowded as fuck.
Everyone would a job. Everyone would just come around. Like it was so funny. And then as soon as he would leave, boom, they're all gone. And we'd never hear from them again. And I understand you get to stand by your big streamer, but like these servers are role play servers first, not just circle jerk your favorite creator.
Yeah, it's. If you want to meet your favorite content creators, they have spaces that you can meet them in. They have Discords, they have Patreons, support them. You can, you can message them. A lot of them have different ways.
Them.
Well, like
email them, find their address.
Everybody has different like instructions on what they can and can't do for that kind of stuff. So just every streamer is different is all I'm trying to say. Content creators
just get
are all
a background
different.
check on them and like
follow their boundaries. Whatever they have set up, follow their boundaries.
Banking information.
Exactly. Just
their
follow
social security,
them home. Dylan style.
Dylan style.
But no, it's like you're saying, it's a role play server.
Treat them like a fucking character. Treat them like you treat anyone else. They're just playing a character just like everyone else. Treat them how your character would treat them. Don't treat them like, my favorite streamer.
I think
the OC just go, "Oh my god, he's my streamer."
Bro, literally us on the fucking end of purple though.
I think
Mr.
the way
Penta.
you guys do it is really good. Just RPing, role playing, and just allowing the story to take you where it takes you. And if it does happen to take you to someone who is a big content creator on the server, it's not going to phase any of us in this call, actually. We're all very much, we're in our character in that moment, playing the scene. And it doesn't matter who is there necessarily or not.
Here's the thing, like doing your own RP and just kind of going where your character wants to go is the way to naturally meet these people. Because I mean, for example, fucking Jkbys on Dylan was just like buying a car or something, and then he randomly ends up in the backyard of Wrangler's new houses.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, no, we went back and watched that shit. Like, what are you doing over there?
What are you doing? You end up in his shower, which I was like, my son is in the shower with the cop. Oh god, if Buffy ever found out, bro, you would be toast.
I was trying to get him in the shower too.
That's
I'm like,
so
"Oh,
funny.
I know
shower."
You're like enticing
let me rub your back.
Yeah, I was like, can you get that for me?
Bro, the fact that the fucking shower wasn't turning on.
It broke immediately.
And then he goes and he looks at his fucking, like, the main part of his house shows water usage. He's just like, well, god damn it. Like, the shower's just stuck on. It's so fucking good. He's like, this house is so shitty.
Yeah, I wanted to move in with him. And so I think Dylan's arc is going to be to try to actually be like, hey, like, because I've talked to him in character and been like, hey, last time, you're right. My life sucks. You have a house you own. You looking for roommates? He's like, no, I already got someone in there. And I'm like, if you want me to get her to leave, I can make that happen. So I want to kind of like, that'd be so funny. I just feel like it'd be so funny to be his roommate. Because I don't know if you've seen Dylan's room. You've seen Dylan's room, but the audience hasn't seen Dylan's room on Purple. It was one of the most vile and most disgusting rooms on the server. Whenever the clips would get posted on the subreddit, everyone would be like, this is awful. I had trash bags building up in the hallway. I had
it was so funny.
It was out in the trash. Yeah, it was out in the hallway. It was so funny.
There's just shit growing from the floors because I would take trees from the furniture and I would purposely, like, they're in potted plants, but I would purposely put them under the map so only the green vines would stick out, so it looks like it was just moldy growing up. There's like other stuff. I have a wife and cameras pointing at her and cages.
By wife, you meant a mannequin
laying on the bed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Laying on the bed with a fucking yoga mat as a dick.
Yeah, it was great.
So
That
there's
shit was so
like,
good.
I wish I could get all that furniture on the new server, but you can't. But like, I just think it would be so funny to get roommates with anyone. It doesn't even have to be Wrangler, and just like you walk by, you're going past the hallway, and you see Dylan's room. Just like there's a stench already just leaking into the hallway. There's trash bags coming out. There's just no dishes are being done. They're just piling in the sink. You know, like
Oh, fucking good.
yeah.
No, man. I'm just really excited for like the potential of the new server. Like you said, like redesigning Dylan's room and just all that kind of shit.
Furniture store.
Bro, do you have a persistent room? Do you have one of the rooms that like is
no, I think it's floors 1 through 400 or like the actual instances or whatever. My room is like 800, so anything past 400 it's not going to be able to be seen from the ground, which kind of sucks, but like it's still kind of an early room.
Yeah, no, that's
pretty cool.
That's fucking crazy, dog. I think Buffy got a persistent room.
I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dang, that's
I
sick.
sniped
Like,
that queue, by the way. I don't know if you know this. I didn't intend to do it. I was literally on the webpage and we were all in the VC together, if you remember. And I can't remember who said it. I think it was Hamner. Someone said, "Oh, the server, they just announced the server's open now." So I refreshed the page and I pressed join queue and it immediately put me in a queue. And I was like,
you were like
20. 6. Yeah, I was like 6. It bumped me up to 20 because a lot of people bought their spots, you know, the reserves. So I got bumped back a bit, but I was in that first wave and I was like, wow, okay, cool. So I think I'm on the floor above James Randall.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And
because I remember watching her stream and
they were,
she
they were
goes and walks
talking
to like the middle and she can see Leo staring out of the window
across the way from James Randall staring at the other window opposite from them. So they're staring at each other and I was on the floor above them. And I think someone else in Up and Adam, it might be James. Our James. Yeah. Up and Adam James is also on that floor. So I'm on the floor above them. But I don't know.
You can also hear people too from the rooms is so funny.
That's so funny. Yeah. I don't know who is on my floor though. I'm on the 600th floor as Buffy, I think. I don't know who else is on that floor.
I thought it was just funny because I remember you looking out of your window and seeing somebody with like a lawnmower driving around in like the fucking parking lot. And I was just like, that's crazy.
I get the parking lot view. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting. What's up?
Yeah, I love the rooms because like I had the maintenance man come to Dylan's room to fix the bidet, and the whole time he's just like, just standing here, and he's like making all these sounds, like he's like sucking on the bidet, like cleaning and everything, and like you can just hear people in the background going, "What the fuck is happening in there?" Because they can't see it. All they hear is Dylan just going, "Oh, okay, oh wow," and you just hear this guy slurping, and you're like, "Oh," but it's just like the mechanic or the the maintenance guy just fixing the toilet. And it's just so funny, dude. Like the stuff you're gonna hear in these hotel rooms is gonna be insane. But like,
so good.
The Banner Hotel has been one of my favorite spots since the launch of the server, just because the amount of people. It's so easy
to get ball locked, dog.
It is like, now. It actually is.
Yeah, because it's so interesting. Like you'll go from one story to the next of like, hey, can you help me with this? And
even with Emstrogen, Penta, all their new characters, like I just got locked in with M because she's like, "Oh, do you want me to clean your room?" Because she was the maid, and I was like, "Yeah, of course." And I gave her my hotel key, and then I don't know if you've seen her character yet, but
I just saw her going around asking if people wanted like towels.
Yeah. Let them have your room key. It's funny. I'm not gonna spoil, but it's yeah.
That's deal. Great.
Yeah, but it's just small stuff like that. Like, who would have thought that like a hotel manager or a maid or the maintenance guy could be so funny? Like the whole time the guy's cleaning my bathroom, I'm just laughing the entire time, like crying, laughing. I'm just like, this guy's like cleaning my bidet with his mouth. Like that to me is the funniest thing ever.
That's fucking great.
It's so vile, but so funny.
Yeah, no, I'm a huge fan of what Unscripted already has like done, you know, and like the people who like the characters that have been created already.
Yeah.
So
And it's only been a week.
I
It's
know,
been
only-
officially a full week. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah, today,
Yeah.
as of today, it's been one whole week. It's
yeah,
crazy.
Neon dropped a new edit for week 1, which was amazing. As usual, he never misses. Neon
Never misses.
doesn't miss.
Yep.
But yeah, man, it's here's looking to the future, baby.
He has a little tidbit. Neon made a character.
Yeah, no, I heard this.
Yeah.
It's like all like, oh well, welcome to New York. You know,
Yep,
like
yep,
very like old timey.
I'm so happy.
Yep, I
came
saw
into
him
my
on stream.
Yeah, he came
Oh,
into,
that's cool.
he came into my stream the other day before he had gotten the donation, or he had just gotten the donations for the PC, and he was telling me that he had some ideas for characters that he wanted to do. I was like, let's
shout
go.
out to the roleplay community and Penta's
Yes.
community, because I know they get a lot of like slack, you know, stuff in the past, but like they pulled
They really came
together a
together.
PC
Yeah.
for a guy that was editing on his phone. All
Yeah.
his edits were fire, and it's not just some random guy, but like a community that can do that is such a wholesome community.
Agreed. Yeah, they really came together for Neon. So
Mm-hmm.
good job.
Deserved,
Thank you.
deserved, very
Thank
deserved.
you for doing that
Real.
for the community.
Mm-hmm.
Community. Well,
But yeah, I touched on this a little bit earlier. The perma contract.
Yeah.
What do you think of that, man?
I-
when is Up and Adam getting a perma contract?
Well, you see, that's a gang thing. Up and Adam's not a gang. We're a family.
It's true.
I like the idea because, like, I don't know, as fast as you can get rid of these awful gangs, the better, you know.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's my
Well,
base
it'll
take.
actually, we were talking about this. VT and I were talking about this idea that it'll actually make them a little bit more, like hold themselves accountable more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not
personally
just
am
gonna
for
leave
it.
this. Yeah, I'm not gonna leave this gang because
Yeah.
I will die. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fuck this up because I will
Yup.
get blooded out and
Yeah.
perma.
If I mess up, there will be consequences that are irreversible.
Yup.
Yeah.
That's what it should be. If you are representing a gang, as someone who literally did run a gang in Red M, you are the one that's going to be held liable as the leader. And so the people that you bring in are representative of you and your group. And if they get out of line, people look to you to put them back in line.
Or put them down.
Or put them down if they're a problem. Yeah. If they're a problem, you put that ass down. But that's the thing is like, I think a lot of gang RP has gotten very soft. I hate to use that word, but I don't know how else to say it. It's just very like, oh, just slap him on the wrist kind of thing. It's like, no, bro, that man just started a gunfight between your gang and another gang because he ran his mouth. And you you're just like, hey, don't do that again. Are you kidding me? He started the fight and the worst he's getting is a slap on the wrist. No, it should be a little more. I'm not talking like that should be like, that's where you kill them. Yeah.
Kill him.
But I'm saying like the consequences need to be more. And so this is in the right direction because that is.
Well, not even the consequences need to be more, but there needs to be this risk and this associated like almost you're supposed to fear for your life. Yeah, you're supposed to fear for your life in RP. This will make them fear for their life.
Yes, as they should.
Yeah. So I think it's great, man. I'm looking forward to it. Fucking cousins need to get a perma contract.
True.
I think it's also I think it's setting up the foundation because I know Penta wanted to Snow to set up a hardcore server. So I think by doing this, it's kind of like putting the little foundation down for like, hey, maybe this summer there might be a hardcore server where if you get downed in the game, you're dead. You know, so that would be cool.
Bro, that would be interesting.
I remember when NoPixel did like the beta test of hardcore characters and fucking Penta made like John Hardcore like Williams or some shit like that, and it was like his 420 special character, and he like basically he was convinced that like if he got downed he would die, and then he kept getting downed, but they somehow brought him back. It was just so funny. And so like this fucking hardcore character just kept living.
It'll be interesting if they do go that direction. I'm not sure though. I think this is more maybe a response to what happened recently
Yes,
Because what
Yeah.
happened recently, for anyone who doesn't know out there listening, is a gang member actually had gotten blooded out from a gang. I'm not sure exactly what the details on why or how.
We don't need to talk about details.
Right.
It's basically he
They
got
blooded
blooded out
out.
from a gang, and then 20 minutes later, just info dumped a bunch of shit to the cops.
Yeah. So
And,
because of that,
yeah,
I think this is why Unscripted decided to introduce the perma contracts for gangs to opt into. I don't think it's like a requirement. I think they choose to opt into it, which that's what a perma contract is. You don't have to do it. You're choosing to enter it by your own free will. And then they've also introduced, regardless, this is a rule across the server, that if you get blooded out from a gang, your character must be like knocked out or ICU'd for a minimum of 24 hours. That way it won't happen again where someone gets blooded out and then info dumps to the cops almost 20 minutes later. It's supposed to
it
give
gives the gangs a chance to like do damage control and make sure that like any
keys
sort of shit that they have access to.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
So
I think it's good. I think it's just good for like server health, you know. They're getting server health. But I think it's a good change. I think it's a good new rule, just because it allows for people to, you know, not. Well, I guess it doesn't allow for people to be shitlords, you know, just be like, here's everything. Let me info dump you. Because there is no new life rule on Unscripted. So if you get ocean dumped, or you have to air vac or like air evac, whatever, you see the light, whatever you want to call it, just press E to respawn. You don't forget everything.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to. It depends on the situation. You don't necessarily
have to. You can RP it however you want to.
Yeah.
You don't have to like just be like, oh, I don't know what happened to me for an hour before that happened specifically.
Yeah.
So it allows for more freedom, which I think is better for the RP, but people will abuse it. I mean, if there's no matter what, when there are like leniencies made with that kind of a rule, people will abuse it. So it's cool that they've kind of figured out a way to go around that.
Yeah.
So another thing that's kind of cool, that's new and unscripted today, is you can show trading cards now.
Oh,
you can show them.
Ooh.
Yeah, new update, new change log, show cards.
This is what I was talking about.
The booster packs. I'm just saying, man, you might have a person on the inside. I'm pretty sure we do.
This is so exciting.
So yeah, the booster pack stack, and you can show the cards. But yeah, what's up, BT?
This is, I don't know. This is so surreal to like have cards in a server.
Yeah.
Because I remember hearing about NoPixel having their cards. And I thought that was the coolest thing. I thought that was so cool that they had like trading cards for all their characters on the server, you know? I don't know. I just thought it was such a unique and interesting idea. And I don't know, now I have one for Buffy. I don't know. It's just so surreal.
And to the Up and Atom is one of the first families to get it. So
that's so cool,
first
man.
pick, yep. And to put it back where the devs are very fast, they're taking suggestions on what to do with the cards, and I was like, it'd be really cool to have a show option. So the fact that they did that today is just like, they are on top of it. Shout out to the devs.
Yeah, that's crazy and exciting. I'm very excited.
Like, listen, they actually listen.
Yeah, no, they've been great, and like we've said throughout this entire podcast, they've been on top of not only listening to people but updates and fixing things. So yeah, I'm excited, and I'm excited for everything coming.
Me too.
But yeah, speaking of RP stuff, man, we have some questions for you.
Some questions for you.
So your social security number.
Well, this is just some basic questions just to get to know you a little more, for our listeners out there to get to know you a little more. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Well, how about you go ahead and get started with telling us a little bit about yourself and your characters.
Hello, I am Jkbys. I've been streaming for like almost a year and a half now. I play a little silly character called Dylan Ryder, who I don't know how I would just. He's the worst. I would say how Alice describes him. He is the creepiest nice guy you will ever meet.
That's a good way to put it.
That's a really good description.
That's yep.
That's great. And of course, you're on unscripted right now.
Yep, I made my way from Onyx to Purple, and now I am on unscripted.
So do you have like any inspirations for your RP, like people you watched or somebody who inspired your character?
So the way I would say yes. I used to watch the Notorious Gang, the HOA on No Pixel, and I was like a devoted fan to them. Like that, I never really cared about cop RP or like serious gang RP. I just wanted to be the silly guy. Like, hey, like making shenanigans, but like not too SBS. You know, like there's terms of silliness. Like you can go the James Randall route, which is just like chaos, like blow stuff up for the fun of it, or you can go like your character can be taken seriously, but also like you're a chaos like person. So I like
you weren't taking things too seriously.
Exactly. There's layers to it, but yeah, I would watch the I don't know. I've been watching RP since the start of No Pixel back on Arma when it was a different server. So I would watch this YouTube group, shout out the Creatures, that moved to Couch Hop, which was Alex and James, and they got into role playing. So that's like my inspo because I've been watching them all my life, and they heavily have inspired me to make my character because all their characters were just like silly but like serious, but like in the middle, like the perfect balance, you know?
Okay. Would you say that's like your favorite part about RP is finding that balance between the serious and the silly?
Yes, Dylan's a lot of offensive things, but I like to teeter the line where it's not too incredibly like I'm not gonna get in trouble for anything, but like I like to stir, like not drama, but like I like to stir. I like the pot stir.
Stir the pot. Yeah,
you're definitely like you like to toe the line. I think
yes,
is what 100%. It is. You like to see where you can push the boundaries a little bit.
Push.
Yes.
Yeah, and it shows.
Yeah,
but it's always fun. It's always fun, and it's never in a negative way. And if there is some negative, it's like more towards like yourself, like as Dylan. Like you put yourself almost as the butt of the joke sometimes.
Oh yeah, Dylan stays taking L's.
But it's so good. Like he is such a fun character because of those L's as well.
So I've always said this, that taking L's is always 10 times funnier than taking W's. So
100%. Like you see the gang mentality, which is like, I want the best house, I want the fastest car immediately day one. It's like, no, like I want to role play. Like I don't care if I go to jail or like lose everything. It's so funny to lose everything because then you have something to work towards, you know. Like Dylan he's only been losing everything. So like, it's just funny to be like, how can I push this character? Oh, I made him 100% worse. Okay, let's try to get it. Okay, now he's worse. Like every time something good happens to Dylan, something bad happens. I just think it's so I love role playing that stuff.
Just for the audience and listeners at home, just so you are aware, for the progression of Dylan, he's gone through a lot as a character. Even before I came into the picture as Buffy, some of the things I've heard from what Dylan has gone through, he's had quite the character, I guess you could say, development, or maybe
undeveloped.
I don't know. Yeah, undevelopment. Yes, I didn't want to say that word, but yeah, that's definitely the direction it has been going. He has been like almost like you said, like a chaotic creature at the up and at him. He just he is this force of pushing the boundary. That's the best way I can say it, is like you. Literally,
it's always like teetering the line, because I've had moments where like even myself, because like I know I'm playing a character and I'm playing like an extended version of like just a horrible person, but like there's been times when I know I've pushed the line, and so I'll always try to like reach out to said person and be like, hey, like how, like is this okay? Like I don't want to ever make you uncomfortable, because like in RP it's kind of hard to tell if someone's like comfortable or not, but I mean you can tell. But I've had times where I've like, oh, I pushed the line, but I'll I'll always reach out to someone and be like, hey, like, was this okay? Like, how did you feel? And it's always been like, oh no, dude, this is totally fine. I love this. Like, it's always about not pushing the boundaries in a way that makes people like uncomfortable to the point where they don't want to role play. But like, I always try to make people laugh. That's if I'm not making someone laugh and if I'm making people uncomfortable, then it's like, okay, maybe I should reevaluate what I'm doing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, man. It's one of those things, like you said, towing the line and finding that boundary where between funny and I guess uncomfortable.
Yeah,
would be the best word for it. It's a fun game to play, basically. What was your first RP character? Like, who was that person?
So prior to all these servers, I didn't play Dylan. I've played his brother Bevan Ryder.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah, before
I
Dylan knows his brother.
Remember you telling me about Bevan Ryder, and he was actually a writer.
Yeah, so when I applied to Onyx, I had the super like serious character that was like, I want to try to escape from home to move to a city, like the cliche, like I want to better my life and all this. So he wanted to be a writer, but I was quickly aware of how I don't want to put a server down, but how many lack of mechanics there were, you know, because I came from watching No Pixel where you could have books and everything and newspapers. So like I really saw that there was no newspapers, you can't publish books, you can't really do all this. So I was like, okay, and then I had a weird experience as my like first day. I had someone just be like, how the hell do you not know how to do this? Like just putting me down.
Aww.
Like I didn't know how to turn on the car. I didn't know how to like change clothes. And it was like, come on, dude, like, what are you doing? And it was a Bala. It was or actually no, I forgot what gang it was. What's the yellow gang?
Vagos.
Vagos, yeah. It was it was the Vagos, and it was one of the guys, and he's like, come on, dude, just like having a hard time. So this was back when Onyx opened in December, I believe. And so I was like, well, this is lame. I don't want to do this. So I just gave up. And then I made Dylan in January of 2024. And that was like, all right, well, I'll make a brother that like, I don't even know how I started him. I think I just wanted to make a silly character. And then he would, quote unquote, go to his whole thing was, I want to go to the VU and just spend all my money there.
Yeah. No, I
so
remember
that's
you
what
were
I
literally
did.
making a character based off the dude from You.
Yes, he was supposed to be Joe Goldberg.
You were just like stalking Annie.
Yes.
And what's so funny is we found out that you and I know what is her name? It's
Anna Derailed.
Anna Derailed?
Yeah,
Anna Derailed. And I knew her from World's End. And so it was really funny that you also, that was like one of the first friends you made in RP.
Yes. They were one of the very first people that ever made me like feel comfortable because playing a stalker, you know, I kind of got like, this made me a little uneasy because like, I don't know. I thought in my head it was funnier, but the execution was just like, I'm just following this person, like standing in a corner, watching them, texting them. I'm like, I kind of had to reevaluate that. And so that's when fun fact, I reached out to her. She was the one I was talking about. I was like, hey, like, is this roleplay? Like, is this normal? Like, is this cool? Because it's my first server. I didn't know. And then she immediately was like, no, you're totally fine. I love this, keep doing this, is awesome. Like I've never had a stalker before, so this is good. And I'm like, that's oh my god. Yeah. And so
Dylan is great, man.
Yeah, Dylan stalking someone ended up going, oh shit, I need money, which fun fact pushed me to getting a job, which pushed me into getting a job at the Up and Adam. So it's kind of like a spiral of like, whoa, all roads lead to the Atom, which is fun.
And it's so crazy. It's so crazy. Because if it wasn't for you, Jkbys, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I wouldn't be here in this episode right now.
Yup.
Jkbys, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have been at the Atom because literally I came with Agatha and we met Dylan.
That's true. Actually,
And Lobo and Dylan made out in the bathroom.
The start of that. That's
like,
right.
And I was just like, this place is hilarious. This place is so good because I used to work at Cluck and Bell and I immediately abandoned that shit as soon as I RP'd with Jkbys as Dylan because I met Crayon that night, I met Peggy and Dylan, and everyone was and you Doppelganger, who's played by Hamner, and it was so fucking funny because you were in the Blake mode. Everyone is Blake. And so I dressed like Blake and Agatha dressed like Blake because we were quote unquote committing identity theft. And then we made out in the bathroom and then snuck into the morgue to defuse a bomb. And then we got arrested for being in the morgue, trespassed from the morgue, and then Dylan almost got identity theft.
Yes.
And fun fact, that is the reason why the morgue is locked away from civilians. You can't go to the morgue anymore on that server because of us.
Oh.
Yeah, you used to be able to go there, and then all of a sudden it just was off the menu and locked.
I wonder why.
Fucking Dylan still has vials of blood from that morgue.
Yeah. I
That's
think he takes vials of
hilarious.
blood from a little counter, and I don't know. I think that came out in roleplay, like on Xbox.
I remember you pulling out vials of blood at one point. Yeah,
Man, that's the thing. When I
good.
roleplay, it for me, it's all about consistency. How if I say something happens, it happened, or like if I'm in a fire, like you guys have obviously seen, Dylan's been fucked up a lot of the times, and like his skin will melt, is like stuff like I try to keep it as consistent as possible, because like if you can remember like past damages, or like, hey, my character caught on fire, melted his skin, and now he has no hair, and now there's repercussions. Now I'm in bandages for a week. You know, that's it's just good. I like storytelling like that. You know.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That it's fun extending that RP like that. You know, it makes it actually matter. And what's funny is, speaking of like a long running joke, I remember Dylan talking about his brother Bevan, and one time when we cleaned up Dylan's trash pile, you were like, "Did you save the photo?"
Oh my god,
the photo of my dead brother.
Buffy, do you remember? Do you even know about this?
No, I don't.
Okay.
You have never listen. By the way, OOC and IC, I had no idea that a brother existed at all. I think Chill, maybe you might have mentioned it once.
I think I've talked about it
time ago.
once, but it was fucking hilarious because we cleaned up his trash pile because he had piles of women's trash from the women's restroom just everywhere, and he we cleaned it up because we were like, we're gonna take care of him. He's my son now. He needs structure. And so we cleaned up all of his fucking mess. We cleaned out his car, and we cleaned up his pile.
Carpet seats.
Then we cleaned up his fucking pile of trash that he slept in by the dumpsters. And he's like, did you find the picture? Like, you kept it, right? And I also had a bunch of jewelry and winning lottery tickets. Like, it was just so fucking funny, man.
Yeah, because I was like, these guys are going to throw away all this trash. How can I flip this on them, right? So
yeah, it was
said, hey, I have a photo of my brother that I kept in a box in the trash. Aww. You guys didn't throw that away, right? And they're like, oh shit.
Oh,
so
no.
it just became this like, oh no. And so I think Jill had to like search in the dumpsters for like half an hour, and I think
I just kept rolling for it, and I said I made it so it had to be a nat 20, and so I would kept going out and rolling for it to look for it, and I was like, oh fuck, I can't find it.
Oh, that's actually super cool.
Yeah, I think I eventually got the nat 20, but it took hours of just going back out and like trying to find it again. It was so good.
I used to have trash, the women's trash on the up and Adam roof, like a nest. Like,
yes,
that's where I would sleep too, because I think I got in trouble for sleeping by the dumpster, so I started sleeping on the roof.
Yeah, because it was super funny. Because I remember you were saying like, "Oh, okay, you cleaned up all my trash. You didn't clean up the roof, right?" And I was like, "There's stuff on the roof." And and you literally set up scenes up there too that was like piles of like women's clothing and trash, and then we found the fucking cages because we found out.
Oh my god!
Blake is basically a serial killer. Yeah,
and Dylan had BP or no, not BPD or MPD, multiple personality, because he originally was supposed to be Joe Goldberg, and then went from the Split, the guy from Split.
Yeah.
So we had like different characters, because I had this idea of like, oh, how many people make many characters? What if I had one character with multiple characters? So he had the Child, the Beast, Dylan, and then another one that I think it was the Beast that locked people in cages.
Yeah, I don't remember what exactly it was, but I just remember you taking us to the dam. Mm-hmm. Where there was like cages set up. It was like a vent of sorts.
Yeah.
But it literally was just bars, and you like were setting up scenes while we were like walking up to it of like a human pelvis bone and like bones, and women's clothing are behind the fucking gate, and it was so fucking funny because we're like, okay, yeah, we can't get him a psych eval because they're gonna 5150.
They're gonna kill this guy. This is after they also removed the wards or whatever. So like, If you went crazy, they put you down. And I was like,
I legitimately tried so hard to get Dylan mental help, and everyone was just like, "No, we can't help that boy."
yeah, that boy ain't right.
Yeah, so one doctor ended up giving you antipsychotics, and then you became too normal for Lobo's like taste, and so he's like, I've ruined my son. He's just he's ruined. He used to be so fun, and now he's so boring, and all he wants to do is work. So that's why in my channel trailer we took him up to the hill and hit him with a bat to fix him. Surely more brain trauma will fix the brain trauma.
Yup.
That works all the time in RP.
Yeah. No, it was I don't know, man. Just good times, dog. And like VT said, thanks for RPing, man, because that's what kept me at the Atom, and that's what got her to stay at the Atom.
Yeah.
The craziest part is I was going through my channel, right, and I published those VODs. So they're out of order, which kind of pisses me off on YouTube. But I still have those very first VODs. I have to find out which one is like all that stuff. But like I had my first day on Onyx there, so yeah. The days of waiting in a queue and sitting there and playing Twilight Princess while I waited in queue for like 2 hours.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, the queues were fucking crazy, man. I remember getting on at like 10 a.m., missing that like 9 a.m. cutoff. Because like if you didn't get in then, you were fucked.
Yep.
And I was just in there till fucking like 8 p.m., dog. It was bad. Especially on like days with events and shit like that. It was just a fucking nightmare.
Or just whenever Kyle or Penta would just log on.
True. My streamer.
Like 400 people queue, dude. I would log on at like 8 a.m. get in queue, get off work around 2 and be like, all right, I'm 200 in queue now. God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. No, it was a fucking nightmare.
Yeah. Queues are awful. But what would you say is your RP pet peeve that you have that isn't necessarily like NVL, RDM, that sort of thing?
I hate when people tell me how to act my character.
That's a good one, actually.
That's a really good
Dylan
one.
The way he is, and my biggest complaint is people will be like, why you gotta change the way your character is, why is your character acting like this, you need to step up. And I'm like, no. Like, this is my character, you're not gonna tell me how to play my character, I don't know, it's stuff like that, because you'll get people that are like, hey, you gotta be more serious, you gotta do this. And I'm like, I'm not a serious character. Dylan can have serious moments, but like, if you're telling me how to act between people, nope.
Yeah, no, I definitely get that, dog. What would you say is your favorite RP moment?
Dude, as someone that has over 1,000 hours on Onyx and almost 500 hours on Purple alone, there are so many favorite moments. Like,
well,
from name a few.
Yeah,
name a few.
How about what's the first one that comes to your mind? As far as like, it could even be a most memorable one too.
Yeah, I think the women's trash of Bevan's photo getting lost was like probably one of my favorites. There's a lot of Peggy stuff because like she was also the one that like got me back into it and like helped me like role playing. Like her just flying down we would go on the hills and like fly down in the car and she'd always be like seatbelt, and then seeing her fly out the windshield down a huge
seatbelt, and then she's out.
Yeah, any Up and Atom clip or any Up and Atom experience, I got to hang out with like the whole crew. It's just been probably one of my favorite things because like I got to make a good friendship with everyone. Like we built a community hub that ended up being like a real friendship. Like I've met you guys, which is shocking. Like viewers, if you don't know, I've met these people.
We've met IRL.
Yeah,
we hugged. We all hugged.
We hugged.
And we're gonna do it again.
Yeah, we're gonna do it again this year at TwitchCon.
5 months from now, which is scary to think about. This year has been going by so fast.
I'm so excited, dog.
Yeah. I'm super excited. Yeah,
there's been so many good times on the servers. Just if you surround yourself with good people, you're gonna have a good time.
Absolutely agreed.
A really good time was when me and Hamhugger, who plays Heyman Lookout on Purple, we wanted to test Purple out. So we made 2 characters that were brothers, Bavin and Gavin, right? And we were doing quest at the movie set, which was
remember watching this because like Miles was like taking you around, like fucking showing you all the quests. Help this guy out, guys.
Yeah, so we were doing a quest at the movie set, which is like you have to beat up 5 security guards. So he's all doing this, and a cop gets sent there, right? And he basically gets arrested. Me and Heyman are like, he did that shit. He killed that guy, so they arrested him. They said he murdered a cop, so he was going to jail for a long time. And so we were like, all right, let's finish this quest. So the guards end up respawning and beating us both up, right? So we're both knocked out. And so another person comes that's like doing the quest, and he's like, oh, don't worry, I'll get you guys out of here. And so the NPCs aggro on him, beat him up, and he gets knocked out.
Oh, God.
And we're like, we're not, because I think we called him or something, and he was like a taxi to save us, and we're like, we're not paying you, we're just antagonizing this guy the entire time. And then another group comes and they get knocked out too. So it's just this giant cycle of like, hey, come rescue us. Oh no, you got down. Okay, now join us in the fucking pile of knocked out people, until like I think TACMED or another group came and they finally saved us. But that was like one of the hardest times I've ever laughed in RP.
Yeah, no, I saw clips of that shit. It was so funny, man.
There's so many, like I could literally rant about this stuff for hours, but like 95% of them are with the Up and Atom because it's just good company, you know?
Agreed.
Real.
We're a little biased on that, but
Yeah.
Just a little.
just a little.
Well, Jkbys, where can we find you? Where do you stream?
You can find me at twitch.tv/JKBYS, and it's pronounced Jkbys, not Jkbys or not anything else. I get a lot of mix-ups on that, but it's Jkbys. It's a play-on name of a childhood nickname my mother named me. So that's where I'm at. I don't my Twitter and my YouTube aren't really popping, so there's no point. But yeah, you can find me on twitch.tv/JKBYS.
Wow,
Yay.
thanks, man.
Thank you
Watch
so
him.
much for being
Follow.
here. Thank you for being
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. It's always fun to just chill and talk with you guys. You know, chilling but not killing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow.
It's always the best. It's always the best when we're chilling and not killing.
Exactly.
Just chill.
Just chill.
Just chill.
Bro,
kill.
y'all got me with that shit in Onyx all the fucking time. I was like, all right, take a lap. We literally had to start enacting the laps. Oh,
it was
man.
so good.
To close out this podcast, we have a little activity planned specifically for Jkbys, the Egg King. We have an egg tier list ready for you, man.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So let me send that your way.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and rate eggs. Now, just to be clear for everyone, because I'm not gonna name names, but someone was not clear when I first brought this to their attention.
It was me.
About what an egg tier list means. We're rating the different ways in which you can prepare a chicken egg. So like scrambled, boiled, deviled, etc. Not tiering different types of eggs such as duck egg, chicken egg, quail egg.
Oh.
Just to be clear.
Yeah, well, no, because I was like, bro, I only know chicken eggs.
I've only had chicken eggs.
I will say this fucking tier list is missing a lot of types of eggs. I'm gonna just say it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, no, it's what the is this a century egg or is that like a tea egg? I think that's a century egg. I'm gonna put that in revolting. Anyways,
we'll be back in just a second,
back.
listeners. All right, so we finished up our egg tier list, and seems there's a few. It looks like we all agree on one thing: S tier eggs in a sandwich. S tier.
Yes, 100%
absolutely.
agree.
That was across the board.
Yeah,
that's across the board, by the way.
Yeah, but let's Jkbys, would you like to go through your list?
Ooh, okay. So at the start of my S tiers, I got in a sandwich because a breakfast sandwich goes a long way. That's basically all I ever eat. 24/7. I love those sandwiches. They're so good. Then I got sunny side up because I love a messy breakfast. I like when my egg explodes, which kind of goes into the over easy. I just love runny eggs because if you ever have one of those morning breakfasts, you can get like hash browns or just like potatoes and bacon.
Yeah.
You can just scoop the goop onto it and it just becomes so much better. So that's sunny side up, over easy, anything with the goop coming out. Over medium, I like that too, because like anything medium rare on an egg is good. I got medium boiled eggs. I didn't see deviled eggs on this, but my grandma used to make deviled eggs, which were really good.
They're right there.
And so
they're right next to the
Yeah,
medium
they're
boiled.
in your S tier.
They're in their S tier. You subconsciously put them up there.
Oh yeah, so
you didn't even know.
Realizing it.
Yeah, they're up
really
there.
good.
Yeah, they're
really
so
good.
good.
Agreed. Yeah.
And then the last thing I have is my omelet, because omelets are so good. If you make them like a perfect omelet or add cheese, and dude, they are so good.
Real quick.
And then
real quick.
Oh yeah.
Real quick. For the listeners at home, Jkbys put 7 items in the S tier.
This
Level.
man loves eggs.
Okay, I'm just letting you all know how many. Because Chill and I put less than half of that in the S tier. But
this
but
man
yes,
loves his eggs.
he loves his
That's
eggs.
why
He's the egg king.
I love eggs.
There was a time where he only ate eggs and potatoes. He's graduated from that, but listen, he loves eggs.
I learned how to cook. I couldn't go home with no food, or I learned how to cook.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I just had to let people know, like, just so you everybody know. But please,
so proud.
Yes.
So yes, in my A tier, I got over hard eggs because it's like a sunny side up, but it's a little harder. But you can season this stuff. You can make this anything. You know, you can
got like crispy edges a little bit.
Yeah, crispy edges. I always add cheese to mine because like cheese just goes a long way. I've been getting into protein shakes. So if you don't know, you can add egg whites to your protein shakes, and it just makes them like. It changes the consistency. It's weird. It makes them, I wouldn't say creamier, but like
it does fluff it
smoother.
Up. Yeah.
Like frothier kind of.
Yeah, frothier, and it makes them healthy because like if you guys don't know, egg whites are really good for you. Eggs and ramen. I just started doing this lately. I have a water kettle thing, basically boiling hot water, and then I just throw the egg into the cup of noodles. So I just let it steam cook in there. It's pretty cool. And then my fourth one in the A list is scrambled. I love scrambled eggs. I make a lot of breakfast burritos because I stay eating eggs. So love them.
I love that.
And then my B list, I got soft boiled eggs, which is they're still good, but not my go-to. You know, I'm not gonna make them every day. I'll have them every once in a while. I don't like when my eggs aren't scrambled or like cooked. I don't know. I don't like them when they're in their egg shape. It's a weird thing. But these are in my B tier. So I got soft boiled and then hard boiled, and then egg salad. I've had egg salad a couple of times. I don't like cold eggs, so I put it in my B list because I don't know. I haven't had a much egg salad. Which my C list is completely empty. There is no C list because the rest of these eggs are nasty.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I need to just get rid of like one of these rows because I don't need this much diversification in my eggs.
Yeah, so that drops us down to the D list, which is raw eggs. Because have you guys ever tried eating an egg raw?
Nah, dog. I'm good, fam.
My dad's on that like diet of just like
caveman diet or some shit.
And so he told me about it, and I was like, "Oh, just try it." No, that there is nothing worse than eating a raw egg and just downing it down the hatch. The yolk, it just tastes like you're eating snot with like not the salty flavor. I don't know. It's weird. Poached eggs, I've had them once, didn't like them. I think it was just the restaurant and how they did them. So I don't really have. I just put that on my D list.
Yeah.
But then we get to my F list, which is the overboiled eggs. Hard-boiled eggs should be soft, not hard. I don't know if you've ever tried eating an overboiled egg, but like you shouldn't have to struggle. Yeah, you shouldn't have to struggle chewing on an egg. It should be soft and nice. I love eggs. So seeing that picture just boiled my brain and made me upset. So
it overboiled your brain.
It overboiled the brain.
Mm-hmm.
It overboiled my anger.
It gets me to my last one, which is raw with eggshell, which I don't know who's been putting eggshells in their food. That's just weird. I hate when I get a tiny bit of eggshell in my like sandwiches, but I do know that people that like give their animals like eggs, like protein and all that,
I've
mix
seen that.
eggshells into them because they have calcium, so it's actually healthy for you.
Where they'll like crack the egg and then like mix the shell in.
Yeah, it's good for animals because like it gets their nutrients up and everything. But as a human, I can't get that.
I think you can also get collagen from it. I know it's in a lot of collagen powders that they'll use egg shells. They'll like grind up the eggshells because there's a lot of collagen in that. So maybe that's the mentality for it. So maybe. But yeah, no,
Oh.
I'm pretty sure. I think we're in agreement across the board as well for overboiled and raw, right?
Yeah, no, raw and raw shell I think are on both of our like F tier.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so definitely agree with that. VT, did you want to go with your list?
Yeah, so for me, so by the way, fun fact, I actually don't eat eggs. It doesn't really agree with my body too much. So when I eat eggs, it's very rare that I eat eggs. But I love eggs. I think they're good. But there was a point in time where I was eating them every day, and then my body was actually rejecting eggs, and it became an intolerance. So now it's a sometimes food. But I love eggs. In the S tier, we all agreed the sandwich. But for me, over medium is my absolute favorite way to have eggs. If someone handed me an egg, that's what I would do with it. I would cook it, fry it over medium, and I would eat it just like that. I love that. And then underneath that, I have hard boiled. Because I used to eat that as like a snack. I would just hard boil a bunch of eggs for the week. I would hard boil them, and then I'd put them in the fridge, and then I would just grab one whenever I wanted just a quick protein snack. And it's a really good on the go. Just grab it, put it in your pocket, purse, whatever. I know it's kind of weird, but like you just pop it in there real quick.
No way you had pocket eggs, dog.
I did. I sure did. No, I was like,
you want an egg?
I was super, like, I was super healthy girl, like granola girl. 2025 had nothing on old VT because like I carried around a canteen everywhere I went. Like it was crazy, but legit pocket eggs. Yeah. If you want to call it that. But yeah, just quick grab and go, really healthy. So I love them. I think they're good. I learned how to make them really well. And like, I know the trick to removing the eggshell a lot easier. I could tell you my secrets if you want to know. But yes, also egg and ramen. Egg and ramen is top tier. So good. And I love over hard and over easy eggs and omelets as well. I have very like fond memories of omelets with my family because sometimes my mom would just like be like, I'm making omelets for everybody in the house. And we would just have omelets for breakfast. It's great. So I have fond memories of that. And then under that, in the B tier, the medium boiled eggs, that to me is a failed egg.
Huh.
That if it's too like wet, it like it's okay. Like it's not that it's failed. Like I'll still eat it, but like I'll think to myself, man, I should have boiled it a little longer. You know? Like it's good. I'll eat it. It's all right. But man, if it just a little more. I like, and then obviously scrambled is good. It's not like, it's like scrambled is what you get when you fuck up the omelet. That's why omelet is higher for me. Because the omelet is like, you're trying to get omelet and then you have to settle for scrambled, you know? And then egg salad I put here as well as deviled eggs because I like them, but it depends on how they're made. Because I've had some of the best deviled eggs in egg salad that I've ever had, but I've had some of the worst of both of those too. And so that's why I put it in B because it's so volatile. There's like
and like consistency.
Yes, you know? like but if I order over medium eggs, they come over medium. Like, you know what I mean? Like I never have a problem with it. It tastes good. You just put salt, pepper. You don't have to like make it too complicated and it's good. But deviled eggs and egg salad, you can mess it up because there's so much more going on there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I put that up there. And then C, soft boiled and sunny side up. You can tell it's starting to get more wet as we're going down. Which I don't mind like with the over medium with the wet, like a little there and then also in the sandwich. But like if I'm just like straight up eating it, I don't like
the goo.
The goo, yeah. If I'm just eating that. So I'm sorry. That's why.
No,
and then,
I'm the same way, dog. You'll see in my list.
You guys better watch your tone with how you're talking about these eggs.
I'll talk about your goo any way I want to.
Oh my god!
I take this shit seriously. You guys are taking it seriously.
And I'll be honest, I've had a poached egg once in my life, and it was vile. It was I don't know. I could maybe try it again and give it a second chance. but I don't. It was like soft and wet, and it was not a
Sounds
pillow
like a
of.
poached egg.
It was not a pillowy of goodness, gooey goodness. It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. It was a flesh sack of nightmares. Anyway.
But yeah, it seems like the rest of your list is just
Yeah.
goo and shell and
Yeah, so then in the F tier I have raw with shell, overboiled, raw, and egg whites.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
All right.
Just quickly moving on to my list.
Yes.
We agreed on a lot of stuff.
Oh.
Except for I also think scrambled belongs in God tier just as much as omelet does, because it's like it's a lazy omelet. You know what I'm saying? Like you can mix shit in with it.
But that's for me. That's why it's not as good of an egg choice. Because
yeah, but at the same time, though, I mean, you get the same thing in like half the effort.
True.
I'm just saying,
they're
it's still
equals.
delicious.
I could see them being equals. Okay,
That's why I'm saying they're equals. Yeah,
I'm convinced to move mine. Actually,
hell yeah,
scrambled
yes.
eggs out. There we go.
Egg
Hell
debate
yeah.
master.
Yeah, there we go. I'm convinced. I've been convinced. Okay.
And then in my next tier, so God tier is top tier. Excellent is next, and for excellent, I have egg salad because basically because all those fucking like egg salad's alright and it's decent, but I really want to try one of those Japanese egg salad sandwiches on the milk bread.
Yep.
Like I like when I go to Japan, if I ever go,
We will.
that is what I want to get, man. I want to get one of those egg salad sandwiches and the fruit sandwiches, dog. You know what I'm talking about? Like those like perfectly cut fruit sandwiches with like the whipped cream. Yeah, dog. But we're not talking about that. But the egg salad, that's why it's up there. It's because it's like it's good. Deviled eggs up there because delicious. And like you said, there's like yes, there's consistency, but like sometimes you get a fucking deviled egg that just hits.
Yeah.
You know, over hard because like VT, I'm not the biggest fan of like the goo. So I like it being cooked and like the little bit of crispiness on the edge if I'm having just like a straight up egg. And plus like over hard goes great in a sandwich. And then over medium because it like yes, there can be like the goo, but it's like not nearly as much. And then tasty, I have hard boiled, over easy, and egg and ramen. Over easy, the only reason it's up in tasty is because I want to like it, dog. Like, I swear to God, I see people, like, dipping bread in, like, the yolk of an egg, and I'm like, damn, so that good. Looks good. It looks so good, man, but then I try it, and I'm like, this is disgusting. I don't know why, man. I want to like it, dog. I really do. So it got up in the ranks because it's enticing.
Yeah.
And then also egg and ramen isn't tasty. But then we're just going to skip all the way down to pass and ass. And on pass and ass is poached, soft boiled, sunny side up, medium boiled, and egg whites. And then ass is overboiled, raw with shell, and raw because bleh.
Yeah. Now,
but yeah, man.
I have
go ahead.
three other ways of having eggs that we didn't mention on this tier list that I just want to throw out as like honorable mentions that we didn't talk about. One being eggs Benedict, classic.
Well, that's poached.
Is it? Because I thought it was
a poached egg.
Oh,
that's a poached. That's a poached egg on top of. Listen, I know my eggs,
damn,
lady.
Okay, damn.
I
will respect the eggs in this VC. Apparently,
like Canadian bacon and like an English muffin.
I'm kind of scared to mention the other two honorable mentions.
Mention them. Do it now.
Oh God. Okay. So number two, honorable mention frittata. You ever had a frittata?
Frittata, is that like a quiche?
No, but that was honorable mention number 3.
Oh.
They're kind of similar. I don't know exactly
that looks just like a quiche.
Yeah, that looks like a quiche.
So I feel like a quiche is more like pie-like, whereas a frittata is more like maybe like a...
Oh, it's crustless. It's a crustless quiche. Okay, so it's basically a quiche without a crust.
I think so. I think that's a good way to describe it. It's like a soft, like sponge cake, like sponge egg cake, I guess, but it's savory.
Quiche, yeah,
savory sponge egg cake I don't know. It's good. I
I've seen,
like them. I
I've
love
seen, like
quiche.
spinach feta quiches, and those always look good.
Yeah, I've had good. I love quiche. I love frittatas, and I love egg benedicts as well.
So you do like poached eggs? You just didn't know.
I guess. But the eggs benedict is, I think that. So then I've had them twice. Poached eggs. The first one I did not like. The eggs benedict I did like. However, I could only eat so much of it because it was just so much. It was very a lot of wet. It was very.
God, there's just so much.
There was
goo.
so much goo because they also put for eggs benedict. It's like a sauce on it. They like
the
slather it on.
Yeah,
and it's good, but yeah, it's so much goo. But yeah, that's eggs. You gotta love them.
We did it.
We did it.
Wow.
Yeah, so listeners,
So there's the eggs. Yeah.
how do you all like having your eggs? Do you like the goo? Do you resent the goo? Are you team no goo?
That's gonna be the poll on this podcast: is do you like the goo?
Do you like the
Team
goo?
goo and team no goo.
Just post in the comments that you like the goo or that you don't like the goo. And anyone who hasn't made it this far in the episode will be completely confused. But it's okay. You'll be part of the Cool Kids Club with the rest of us.
Wow.
Thank you so much for joining us today, everybody. Jkbys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day. And
thank you guys for
hanging out
having me.
with
I
us.
appreciate it.
Anytime, man.
Yeah, it was so much fun. Thank you, thank you. I hope you enjoyed. I hope everyone listening enjoyed. Thank you so much. And yeah, we will see you hopefully in the next podcast. So I, again, am your host, Vampire Toy, and I am joined with my co-host,
Chill. Goodbye.
and this has been the VC. We'll see you again next week. Thank you so much, and goodbye.
Bye,
Goodbye,
everyone.
bye.
Bye.